Welcome to Bytes of R for Health Research, our series of short video tutorials to introduce you to statistical analysis using the R programming language. In this episode, we will learn how to do exploratory data analysis and descriptive statistics. Today, alongside the base R packages, we will use the packages Psych, Schema, and Summary tools to explore the birth weight dataset available in the Mass package. The birth weight dataset contains data from 189 mothers and their newborns from a larger study on risk factors for low birth weight conducted at Bay State Medical Center in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1986. The following variables are included: the birth weight of the newborn in grams, a categorical variable, low, indicating if the newborn weighed less than 2.5 kilograms, the mother's age in years, the mother's weight in pounds, the mother's race, the smoking status of the mother during pregnancy, the number of premature labors, and the history of hypertension. Let's start by loading the dataset. We can open R or RStudio, and in the console we type library mass. This will load the mass package into R. Now I am going to load the birth weight dataset by typing data birth weight. To take a look at the data, we can use the view function in R that can be used to call a spreadsheet-style data viewer. I'm going to type view birth weight, and now I can visualize my dataset. As you can see, in the columns we have the variables, and in the rows we have the observations. Now that the dataset is loaded, I can start doing calculations or apply functions. For example, if I want to calculate the mean value of the newborn's weight collected in the variable BWT, I can type mean, the name of the dataset, which is birth weight, followed by the $sign, and followed by the variable of interest. In this case, I'm going to type mean birth weight $sign BWT. I prefer to attach the dataset to access the variables without writing the name of the data frame each time I need to do an operation with a variable. In this case, I'm going to attach the dataset birth weight, writing attach birth weight. Now that the dataset is attached in R, I can repeat the operation only mentioning the name of the variable. As you can see here, mean BWT, and I have my results. Sometimes we want to have a glimpse of the summary statistics of most of the variables or all the variables in our datasets. To do this, I can use the summary function. Summary is a generic function used to produce result summaries of the variables. Let's do it. I'm going to write summary birth weight, which is the name of our dataset, and the execution of this function will display several summary statistics for the variables present in the dataset, like the minimum and maximum values, the mean, the median, and the first and third quartiles. To display the absolute frequencies or counts for categorical variables, we can use the function asFactor alongside summary and specify the name of the variable we want to describe. As you can see here, I'm going to tell R that the variable low is a categorical variable, so it should be handled like a factor. And I want to summarize the descriptive statistics for this categorical variable. In other words, I want to calculate the absolute frequencies or counts of the categories present in this variable. As you can see, I can write summary, asFactor, and the name of the variable low. I can repeat the calculations or the operation for the variable hypertension, HT. Now I will install and load additional packages that are useful to describe the variables in our dataset. I'm going to create a vector with the name of the packages I want to install. In this case, I am writing the name of an object called my packages, and then I'm going to assign a vector of the packages I want to install. Now I can apply the function install packages to the object I created, and then I can load each of the packages I want to use: library, psych, skimmer, and summary tools. We can have a nice summary of our dataset using the skim function from the skimr package. As you can see here, I'm going to apply the function skim to our whole dataset birth weight. I can also use the summary tools package. If I apply the df summary to my dataset, I can have a nice overview of my dataset. If I want to generate an HTML file that I can open in a browser or I can visualize in RStudio, I'm going to use the function view alongside the df summary function from summary tools. If I want to split the calculations by a specific variable, I can use the aggregate function, writing the name of the variable I want to analyze, then the name of the splitting variable, and the calculation I want to do by group. I can split the calculation of the mean of the birth weight of the newborns by the smoking status of the mother. I can repeat the calculation by another variable, like the presence of hypertension during pregnancy. We can also use the describe by function from the psych package. Describe by allows to report several summary statistics, for example, number of valid cases, the mean, the standard deviation, the median, the trend mean, the median absolute deviation from the median, the minimum and maximum values, the range, the skewness, and kurtosis by a grouping variable. Remember that we can also apply some of the functions present in the base R package to describe our variables. For example, if I want to describe a continuous variable like birth weight, I can use the summary function to describe this variable. Summary, birth weight. I can also graph a histogram of the variable or a box plot. For categorical variables, like low birth weight, I can generate tables with the counts of the categories inside the variable, or calculate the proportion of these categories. And I can also visualize these categories using bar plots.
This video is available thanks to the Institute of Tropical Medicine under a Creative Commons license. Feel free to share for non-commercial purposes.